for the Orchid Rush. I can imagine it's the same thing as when you play for Wyvern, when Yabzor plays for Wyvern, rather, when you just Orchid Rush and you just play like a pretty high damage carry within the Winter's Curse. I think Wyvern's a pretty decent tempo controller. You miss the Holy Locket combo, of course, because I don't think you're gonna build Holy Locket in this mid Wyvern. But since you have the Soul Rip to make up for it, I think your healing is fine.
Yeah, I also do not think it's going to be
Casino Night. I feel like both the Winter Wyvern, the Grimstroke, and the Winter Wyvern, Grimstroke, and DK can all deal with it. So, not the biggest fan. I'm liking Liquid a bit. I like their idea. I think the draft has a lot of synergy within it. I think their lanes are decently strong. I can see what you mean with the lanes. But I feel like in the mid-game, Tundra is going to be a bit stronger. The team fight is also, I think, easier to execute on Tundra's side because of the Winter's Curse to re-engage, something that Liquid doesn't really have.
Okay. Okay. I mean, I would make the point here. All of a sudden, we've swapped sides. Oh, it's an Exort Invoker for Quoifa. Okay, so never mind. We don't have the Tornado counter initiation. I mean, it's all damage. Like, the team fight combo for Liquid, it's either going to look like a thing of beauty, or it's going to look just god-awful if it doesn't connect, and kind of embarrassing for them. And this is going to be exacerbated, to your point now, for this Wyvern, right? Having Winter's Curse, having Cold Embrace to just kind of ruin these initiations could honestly spell disaster here for what Team Liquid have got going for themselves. I think the thing I'm going to be looking forward to the most is just seeing Insania's like team fight presence, right? Who he decides to go on, his target priority, right? Because he's, of course, maybe having to switch gears, to say the least, having normally played position 5 for the boys. So we'll see how it goes here.
I mean, if anything, he's going to be a very considerate carry, right? Sometimes that's the issue when you win the 5 swaps to a carry, that we're not egocentric enough. Oh, he actually took the rune there. Look at that. Sacrificing himself for the rune. Immediately goes forward. Time to attack Snaking. I don't think they can get a kill here, right? They haven't put any skill points yet on Taiga. In fact, the Cookie, there we go, Snaking. 3-3, he doesn't have Dragon Tail just yet. Snaking could be in trouble. There's Dragon Tail ready, but he's using the Snapfire, and Sonya will get that kill.
Yep, 33 went back for the rune. He's like, can't waste out on any of this. Taiga would have denied it. First Blood eventually going, I mean, hey, it's not Little Shredder level 1, but eventually we're going to have, I want to say, the carry with almost the most base right-click damage in the game, along with one of the best level 1 minus armor strats going. So this is not an easy early lane whatsoever for 33. He might actually take a couple of deaths, especially at level 2 if he's not careful here.
We'll see. In the top lane, another death is the attempt here for Snaking. Still, Dragon Tail level 1 is just not going to do as much to help your support out, but it might put Taiga in a difficult position. Can they turn this into a kill? Snaking is certainly trying, but 3-3 stopped attacking him. I think they could have killed him, honestly, if 3-3 just played a bit more aggressively there, but maybe the trees block the bottom lane. Skitter's in a solo bad position. Fanta only has decay, can't kill Skitter. And look at Boxy go, happy to be back playing competitive Dota. Unfortunately, he doesn't have reactive armor, so there's no point in him pushing this too far.
Nope. Milan, though, very quick to make sure that Fata takes as much damage as he can from the creep wave. Whenever you got a couple of decay stacks, always feels real bad to be using your tangos because it's not really as much regen as it should be. It's going to be the bad part about playing the Undying. Normally on the Undying, what we see is he just kind of uses all of his mana and usually life to secure the first couple of waves for Skitter. For the most part, that's the case here, and then he like goes and denies himself or kind of just, I don't want to say feeds, but you know, plays a little bit over-aggressive, hoping for a kill, but totally fine and accepting death as an outcome. TP's mid, TP's bottom, you know, runs a couple of items. That's just the Undying way.
All right. Very, very roundabout way to say feeds, you know, but okay, yeah, sure, whatever you want to. I think the lane is fine for the Undying. Obviously, Boxy can't completely crush over the Medusa. Early on, yeah, you can put that pressure with a Timber Chain Reactive Armor, but later on, Medusa, she'll just be okay. She'll find farm. You're never going to kill the Timber, though. The only issue is Sanking might be a bit wasted here. That's what sucks here for the lane. You don't really have enough kill potential on either Undying or Medusa unless they make a misplay.
So
maybe
I
later
believe
levels.
For 9, at level 3 Splinter Blast, you can one-shot the creep waves before they get upgraded. As you can see now, he's got to right-click them a few times with the Arctic Burn. But his CS is pretty, I mean, it's great.
Looking good.
It's great.
You're up against an Invoker as well. He did go Quasic Sword, so you have some damage under the tower. But wait, actually, Skitter. There's the attempt by Milan. They want to play this aggressively. Nice Burst Strike onto 2. That's a level 1 Burst Strike. Not expecting that.
Kill's top.
But the kill cap is top, yeah. Taiga murdering 3-3. Only 1 point in Dragon Blood.
He's trying to, Insania's trying to juke him here, but of course, he's gonna hit him, not enough damage. Look at that, the life steal's just barely enough. I think Insania would prefer to die so he can come back because he doesn't have a salve, and they're all out of regen now. That's the last tango, so he's gonna go in and consume it.
Ask your support, die, and bring yourself, Insania. You can do this now.
Yeah.
This used to be your role.
But they're gonna give him, I mean, I don't know. They're going to give him the space, yeah, up top lane, especially without the DK. They'll get the D ward going, but now they don't really have such an easy chance of killing him now that he's farming pretty comfortably underneath his tower. With the Quelling Blade, he has no problem CSing under tower.
No, now with 3-3, having the 2 points in Dragon Blood, I can't imagine to kill him, especially going for the little Shredder build on Taiga. It'll reduce his armor a fair amount, it'll deal some damage, but I think it's mostly for the Grimstroke than for the DK. And the 1 point of Breathe Fire is also here very, very important, both now and for the mid game to deal with the CK's ganking potential. They've already left Boxy alone, though, to do the appropriate thing with the Sanky, which is set up some stacks and farm in the Sandstorm. I haven't seen this in a long time, but Milan's an old player, so it makes sense.
Yeah, usually we'd be more attuned to seeing this type of play on Tundra, right? With Snaking kind of just going into the jungle eventually and saying, I'm going to farm like a core now for the next 5 minutes and come out with an item. He's done that previously in the qualifiers as well as throughout the season. I want to say once on the Enigma and a handful of times, oh, a little bit of miscommunication there, a handful of times on the Venomancer.
Bottom lane, Fanta. Boxy still has the Timber Chain, but they see the South from Fanta. Fanta wants to fight this, doesn't really matter. Sunstrike, not going to be enough damage, and Fanta could still be in trouble. Dies to the Sanking's auto attacks as Boxy's trying to get away from the zombies. Can he tank it? He won't! The zombie will get the last hit as Milan tries to avenge his teammate by killing the Tombstone. He really wants that last hit. Skinner wants to deny.
It's 75, oh, it's a bit more. It's 150 gold. It's worth it.
Oh, he got it! Milan! He committed for it! He got the last hit. We did it, Richie. Milan's happy.
Truly amazing. Of course, Skiter doesn't, he wastes literally no time. He doesn't miss any creep. He's still well in a good position to now secure this entire wave. So that was his best play to be making there.
3-3 dies. That was a freebie. I was not expecting them to deal that much damage, but between the low Shredder and just CK's natural damage, DK melted, honestly. Zero chance in this lane.
That wasn't even a rift, it looked like. 15-second cooldown, it was still ready to go by the time I had looked top. Just Lil Shredder level 2 into the minus armor of Blight Zone. Again, this isn't as bad as it gets for DK. This is kind of what I was referring to. Bottom, at least, is a little bit easier for Tundra, but this top lane, DK is not getting a whole lot here, Avo. In fact, they've killed his courier. He's without boots.
Oh, you're right. I overestimated the DK. I thought he could be much tankier here. He even went for a Ring of Protection, but there's just not enough armor in the world.
Oh, the stun was mandatory. Stun was mandatory there.
I wonder how long it's been since I played CK. But to get the combo, because Reality Rift KS Boltstone, that combo is not that easy to execute if you don't have practice with it.
Haste.
It makes sense that he misses it. He's going straight for the armlet, by the way. No boots. I guess CK doesn't need it. 3-3 doesn't have boots either. Chaos Bolt, Sunstrike it again with a cookie. They did give him Ink Swell though, which means Taiga could be in trouble now. In fact, they can try to turn this around. Dragon will stop the CK. Taiga might just die to the stroke of fate, but here comes Milan. And they want to turn this into a kill on 3-3. Another Chaos Bolt stacking the stuns. Not what they were looking for. 3-3, juking in the trees. Now want to get Reality Rifted. They put a ward down just to guarantee the skill. Reality Rift to reduce the armor. 3-3 has on the Dragon Tail on the ready though. And that's going to allow him to survive this onslaught.
This is so awkward for Insania. I think we could start to see why he's like still. I don't want to say practicing the combo because I can only assume Liquid were prepared for this. You know, this eventuality of these 5 players locking in these 5 roles. But as you say, needing to practice the combos a little bit here, and unfortunately just losing vision, stacking the stuns. Whose fault is that really? Some would say the stand-in. Some would say it's the carry. Who knows? All we know is that Tombstone's going to be dispatched. 33 thought about diving, but the Tombstone to back him up, and Milan's still on station. He is going to back away.
Considering going back in again with a Burst Strike Sandstorm combo in the ready. Milan did set up stacks for himself later, so it's like he can waste a bit of time. Assuming we're playing like this greedy 4 Sank and it used to be the name of the game. So you just go back to the stacks later. For now, you put some pressure top, make sure your CK has good farm. After all, it's very, very important if you want to make sure that you have a game really with CK. Unless you're going for the Midas build, the idea is get a good lane out of him, start going for kills all over the map, especially with the Quasic Zord Invoker. He's not going to be able to join you as early.
Yeah, I don't think you can go for the Midas, though. I think the armlet's the right choice because Quokfa has gone for the Midas. Pardon me, I think if you went for 2 of them, you'd be a bit slow to get the gears, you know, starting to turn. And that's not what you want when you have one of these support-esque heroes in the mid lane. What you do want, though, is a nice rotation and another kill. Ooh, actually almost dodging it. Tried to juke him. Winter's Curses, the creep. Alvaro, what are we watching? We've got a position 5 playing a hard carry, we've got a position 2 playing a position 5, and we have a dive down bottom as Boxy is looking to get punished here, actually. He's got Timber Chain in a second, but the Inkswell is going to secure his fate. And skiter stands his ground, turns and fights. He's actually going for a Midas himself, by the way, on this Medusa.
It's Freaky Friday, or Weird Wednesday, I guess, or for both teams, you know? It's just swapping roles around, having some fun. Tournament that has no DPC points, but also includes a lot of practice.
A lot of practice and a fair chunk of change. $400,000 up for grabs.
Yeah, that's fair for a good change.
Dire's bottom tower is
I'm going
under
for
attack.
travels first, so not the build we were talking about where you go for either the Witchblade or the Orchid. Instead, just a far more build. Not against this, to be honest. We'll see how much the Winter Wyvern can use, or how well the Winter Wyvern can utilize that farm. It does push out lanes a bit. It is quite greedy, though, for a mid laner. Maybe skiter will go for an aggressive build to make up for it. No, he's going for Midas, so... okay.
Yeah, I'm just slightly dubious of it this game. I think if we didn't have, like, the Timbersaw, if it was like a Tidehunter, I think I'd be okay with it. But because it is a Timbersaw, someone that can, you know, hunt and kill these heroes that do like to split push, and again, we've highlighted already how Cold Embrace is not going to do much versus this Timbersaw from the get-go. I'm not sure if it's really going to be what they need. I think the game plan is to use the early spikes of the level 4 Splinter Blast, push all of the lanes basically at once, force Liquid to be on the back foot, as speaking of the back foot, Snake King with a bit of damage on Boxy, who cannot attack, of course, hard countered here. They just lack the damage to kill him is the issue. Snake King, make that Fata and Milan also fighting as Insania is actually going to TP down bottom, looking to join the fun, finally gets the Reality Rift to connect into the 2-second stun. That'll net him a kill.
They're still chasing after Boxy.
They are.
There's the Ix already. He's not fast enough, though. He just want 3-3 to be a bit more useful, but since his early game was so difficult, he can't even kill the enemy offlane. He used the salve as well. Boxy should be 5 and 3-3. He's committing to this. Can he get the Dragon Tail off? Ooh, just barely missing it.
We watch it. I mean, it's so weird. Quokfa is I want to say like the only one still playing a regular game of Dota right now. He is really uber farmed. He went first Midas without even the boots. It was just null talisman straight into the Midas. He's about to finish off BOTs around maybe like 2-3 minutes after 9 has finished his. But he lacks, of course, that Midas that the Invoker has. So he's not only already 1,000 gold ahead, but that lead is quickly going to accelerate in favor of the Invoker.
Yep. Invoker can be a win condition easily as CK becomes more of a space creator with this build. And it seems like it's not... It makes sense, right? The guy's not used to farming as much, so he's a bit more of a space creating carry. He's fighting constantly. That Winter's Curse is an interesting one. Was that meant to be on the Saga? That was not wise. I don't think that was meant to be on the creep.
That's because that was the second time. I think, honestly, this is going to sound like a joke. I honestly think he meant to cast Splinter Blast there.
Oh, that could have been.
Because he doesn't have any mana to cast any other spells right now.
Yeah, so there wasn't a kill even if he hit the
So there wasn't. It was really weird. Insania is going to set up for the kill on the Snake King. They're not going to solar pick because they don't need to. Insania now slow to a crawl here by the 3 zombies on him. It's a level 3 tombstone. Boxy up to the high ground he goes. Insania in a lot of trouble as skiter will rotate over from bottom lane to get the kill. Boxy unable to get up to the high ground here is now slowed by the zombies. But you know what? Space created by the death of Insania because they did manage to get that tier 1 tower in the mid lane.
So the Medusa going for Midas, it allows skiter to fight because you can actually just use the Midas in between the fights, right? Still get a decent amount of farm without having to be farming like you would if you went for like a melt. And then probably it's going to be Manta style to the Ags, I'm presuming, because the Ags is still very strong in this game. And that allows Tundra to control a bit more of the tempo of the match, especially with a 9 going for the boots of travel. You need someone to be a bit more active. Midas is not the item I would imagine to get active, but if you're playing a carry, it's not like you can forego your farm completely, especially not on the Medusa.
Yeah, and skiter's always been a fan of going for the attack speed anyway at level 15 here on the Medusa. So getting a little bit of attack speed, even a fair amount actually, 40 attack speed out from the get-go when your main farming mechanism is split shot, I could see how that could be valuable. You know, we're seeing a lot of cores these days going for the Echo Saber for very similar reasons on melee carries, of course. I'm not completely against it.
He might skip the Ags instead, go for his classic Orchid and play more active Medusa in that sense. I mean,
Yeah,
just because skiter does this, not because I think that's the build or anything.
Normally, yeah, he'll go for the
He's got
Ags
it on
builds
TP.
and the Shard. Like this is he's one of the guys that will be like, okay, we're gonna get second Roche, we're gonna get third Roche, it's gonna drop an Ags, and then I'm gonna be level 25. I'm gonna take the split shot talent. By then, I'm gonna have a Mjolnir. You know, like that's how he tends to play Medusa from the couple of games I've seen him play.
Foxy went in, cleared the trees, there's an Ink
There's
Swell,
a
now
Winter's Curse.
Winter's Curse. If they turn
stunning
this into
him.
a kill, Stone Gaze, pretty well done. And actually, Quickbutt turns to Stone and then into a corpse as the Mystic Snake. It's going to bounce between them. That's going to be very, very annoying as Taiga's almost destroyed by the double Mystic Snakes. Quickbutt also being doubled there and be able to get a kill on the support.
Insane, you got the core. You got the core here. It's okay, guys. Don't worry.
Insania, not farming, but now finally splits, creates an illusion to farm.
All right, he at least knows to activate Armlet. He's practiced it. He's practiced it. He phantasmed when the Armlet was active, of course.
I mean, what is more impressive is that he knows he has to use the Phantasm to farm, which is something that a lot of people don't really consider, right? Oh, it's my ultimate, I want to use it for fighting. Nah, early on, you might as well farm with it.
I would say that like that line of thinking is still very prevalent among not everyone. I think it's starting to shift, but among like your spends. I think for CK, he was kind of one of the first heroes that people started doing this on. I would say
because they're like, this guy farms so slow. What can I possibly do?
Especially when the cooldown was reduced. It used to be like 140 seconds. Phantasm used to be such a ridiculous cooldown, which is why we never saw the hero. Granted, it was really strong, but all you would have to do is just run away from him, and then he would be really sad. He wouldn't get any kills. He would get no farm because he can't farm without the ability, and then you would crush him 20 minutes late. I'm glad. I mean, I agree with you. I'm glad that Insania is using it, but I think, you know, CK is the hero to be using your ulti to farm on, for sure.
Sure. I mean, I don't disagree with this. I was just mentioning it because, you know, or people that might think, don't use ultimates to farm as a carry, just try to use everything. RTZ did this a very long time ago. Hector does it every single time.
Oh yeah.
Back when it was 140, Hector used to argue to me that it was actually meant for farming. He's like, what, am I going to fight every 140 seconds? No, obviously it's for farming. That way they can't kill my illusions. I was like, that's genius. I never considered it this way.
He is right.
Insania, okay, he's going in. He wants to fight this. There's the Mortimer's Kisses, but
3-second stun.
DK, he should be able to tank this decently. In fact, Tombstone in the middle, just on this team fight. The Soulbind for the illusion and for Milan. That's going to deal with Milan easily. Taiga could also be in trouble. Goes back in to get the Tombstone, but he doesn't get the cookie to the low ground, which means Taiga will also fall here.
This game is a strange one, to say the least. Kind of all around. Something I neglected to mention, but I will bring up now because I think we almost saw one, is that double Winter's Curse is horrible. You do not want to double Winter's Curse with, complete anti-synergy with Soulbind. It usually ends up making or rendering both targets completely immune to damage. I mean, it's good teamfight reset, but you'd rather not have it for that reason. Milan's got a Blink Dagger ready to go. Insania, it's just such a crazy game. Okay, let's see what they can do here.
All right, 3-3, the target yet again. This time he should be able to kill at least a Grimstroke. 3-3 possibly as well. Tornado though, I mean, not the best, doesn't really matter. They have enough area damage to deal with both. Winter's Curse to turn this around. They want to kill the enemy carry. Can they do so? Insania about to fall, and to 9. We'll be able to collect yet another kill. Witchblade already in the inventory. That's going to help him get some nice little solo kills, and he's farming well. Those Boots of Travel paid off for themselves already.
Yeah, that's the thing about the Wyvern. Like I said, it gets a bit more difficult. I want to say after the 3rd creep wave upgrade, they've been upgraded twice so far. The reason I'm like saying this is because it generally does make a difference. Like it's a little bit silly, but you need a Splinter Blast the wave, and I think for now it'll one-shot range creeps. And because Splinter Blast has a really generous cast range, it doesn't put you in the line of fire whatsoever.
That's true.
But eventually this does become a bit of a problem because then you have to commit the Arctic Burn to last hit the range creep, because that's obviously why you want to farm the wave, or you don't want to just leave it to get denied. And that's when you start putting yourself in a little bit of trouble, potentially, especially against a Sand King. One such prevalent Sand King as Milan, who's already shown us quite a nice, quite a game here on some of these burrow strikes on the laning stage. But here's a smoke play now from Tundra. 33's got Blink Dagger ready to go.
We'll see if this smoke works out for them. I mean, with the DK, you might as well try to go for kills now. You don't really have the best combo with it, but Undying, Grimstroke. You have so many, like, enough stuns that eventually you'll kill him just based on constantly spamming Soul Rip or something. You know, the burst damage is not there. You don't have a Lion or anything, or a Hoodwink, but I think it'll do, particularly for heroes like Snapfire or Sand King. Not the tankiest hero, Sand King, despite being a strength. hero.
Dire's
No,
top
usually
tower
not.
is under attack.
We're about
Dire's
to
structures are
have Scotty,
fortified.
or sorry, Manta style completed. Scotty at 17 minutes would be absolutely terrifying on this Medusa. But of course, because of that Midas, it is faster farm than you'd expect. Fata left behind. There's going to Soulbind onto 2. Sunstrike, not enough damage for Fata. Is looking to heal himself a little bit more. He's going to be left behind and killed off eventually by the Whirling Death.
That was an interesting gank. I think that Tundra should have retreated the moment they saw more than one hero, because you didn't have your mid or your carry with
Dire's
any
middle
intention
tower
of
is
ganking
under
there.
attack.
You couldn't even TP actually on 9, despite having boots of travel, so it
Radiant's
seems like you
top
just defend the
tower
tower
is
and you're
under
back.
attack.
And Liquid will take this opportunity to go, yeah, sure, free tower. It's the most valuable one. In fact, actually, Tundra want to fight this. The Cookie sending Sand King. Boxy's really far ahead. Skitter joins the fight. We see Taiga throwing in the Mortimer's Kisses to help out Boxy. 9 trying to kill him with an Arctic Burn and the Witchblade, but Boxy's taking this very, very nicely, and it doesn't seem like he was ever in any threat. Now with the Dragon Tail, this might change as the Epicenter's being channeled. Milan, he's considering, he really wants to go in, but he knows the ultimates are still available for Tundra, which means they can always counter-initiate with the Stone Gaze or the Winter's Curse.
Well, look, you could see Tundra. This has affected them. The Sunstrike kill, I apologize for missing it. I heard it and I was like, there's no way, he's not gonna hit him. It perfectly connected onto him, and this actually rattled the hell out of Tundra. They probably could have chased, potentially even for a kill there, especially with ranged stun on Elder Dragon form, but they were convinced that they were sitting underneath a ward because Koikva, the god Invoker that he is, just Sunstrike completely blind, and now here's a lot more Sunstrikes to follow through from Koikva. 3 kills thanks to the stun of Milan. We don't even need the Epicenter. My goodness, what is this game?
I mean, what is this game is just Invoker carrying, dude. Quick is like, I gotta play Quasar. We need some damage, and he's bringing it. He just murdered the Winter Wyvern there for free. That Cataclysm is also a free kill, honestly, against anything that's Cold Embraced.
True.
Fata, he's being body blocked by Milan, and Sadia brings him to the trees. He has the stun ready as well, and Fata will fall. All right, and Blink Dagger for Insania. He's gonna help his Invoker farm or get kills.
Yeah, he is. He is very much so playing, you know,
carry.
I mean, kind of support carry. I think I don't want to say
utility carry. You would usually say, honestly. He's not the win condition. It seems like that's on Quickva. Insania's playing all over the map, being quite aggressive. Still fighting a fair amount of farm though. So
I will say that Insania has a high value on landing the stun onto people, right? Which I think is very fair.
Yeah.
I think, you know, if I were perhaps Skitter or maybe Actor, they might disagree with his choice to go for the Blink Dagger and say the stuns, you know, that's what you have a Sand King for, right? You can just kind of walk up and reality rift into fights. But obviously, I would assume that's the reason why Insania decides to go, you know, armlet Sanj directly into Blink Dagger, right? It's just, it feels like we're missing one item here before the blink is completed. And I think that's just because Insania, he thinks the stun is really useful. And I agree, especially since you're playing with the Invoker on Cataclysm. The stuns are exactly what you want here.
He's here to fight, dude. Like, again, if it was Quasar X, we'd be more doubtful, but it's a Quasar Invoker and a Timbersaw. You can easily fulfill the role of, I'm gonna fight constantly. Low cooldowns, Phantasm is not really gonna... I mean, it's okay, sure, you can play around Phantasm if you want to, but it's more about being able to initiate with a really tanky boy. And until 9 gets that Aghanim Scepter, they don't really have a way to deal with the CK. Also, 9 is super squishy, so he's pretty much a freebie if they get him with any stun.
Very true. Smoke play to try and find him here in the trees. He is down bottom. Foxy in the meantime occupying the attention of 4 other enemy heroes, but 9 of course reading the map, realizing it's not safe for him to go out and farm until he sees some more enemies. There's going to be the TP mid lane up from Insania, and Hero showing mid lane as well, so he's now going to be free to move, at least clear the wave.
Yeah, you're seeing they lack damage here, though. Like, they really just don't have anything to burst anyone down. Hey, honestly, I think your highest damage source might just be Winter Wyvern. Not in total, but to a single target. Because Medusa is more about the spread damage. She's really not that strong at a single target. She's gone for mostly stats, which makes her tanky and everything. But it does feel like it's hard for them to get these quick pickoffs. Despite the fact they have a good hero to do so with the DK, they just have no follow-up to go with.
That's a really good point. Compared to something like a Puck, compared to something, I don't know, like anything else that could jump in off of this. They're going to try for Boxy now.
With Winter.
Tombstone trying to get taken out by Taiga. He's going to have to focus it down. Will be able to take care of it. There's going to be the Soulbind now on 2 heroes. Milando going in with the ultimate. Finds 2. There's going to be the Cataclysm. Great damage. Skitter tanks right through it. So does Fanta. In fact, it doesn't find a single kill. Just leaving Milan stuck behind enemy line. Snaking in the meantime, able to pick off a double kill throughout that Soulbind. Turns into a much better fight this time around for Team Tundra.
Honestly, like, Cataclysm is a strong combo, especially with Bar Strike. With a Holy Locket Undying, in addition to Medusa, those are other targets to go, definitely. Even DK is an easier target than Medusa right now. He can be bursted down. I would say that Winter Wyvern is definitely the one you're looking for, as I mentioned earlier. Insania, honoring his name, farming in a truly insane place. He has no TP.
Is under attack.
He's gonna wait it out. Just don't breathe, Insania. They kill 9 in the middle lane.
That's pretty bad.
Tombstone.
That's
Breaks
awkward.
trees. Insania just walk out.
He's got Aegis. This is not good.
His team is coming though. His team is coming. Reinforcements.
Why come back?
Tornado. Insania using the Round Drift to get more space, and he might just be able to make it out here. The waiting game was in his favor.
Radiant's top tower.
I mean, you know, unlike, you know, he's going to find it a bit awkward next time he does that on a position 5 hero and goes, hey guys, can you help break me out? And they go, no, screw you. Because this time they go, oh yeah, sure, we'll come, you know, break you out of jail real quick. Because that's not going to happen normally in Insania calls for reinforcements like that. We'll take a look here at that last fight. Oh my goodness. Milan ends up getting caught out here as he will end up dropping. We'll take a look at that last fight, but I completely agree with you. Medusa is just way too tanky right now. Undying, especially with Flesh Golem active, no way you're going to be killing him, even with the max Sunstrike this early on. You just need a little bit more damage onto these guys before you can execute the combo that easily.
New treasures.
How do Tundra bring it back to this game? Do they just keep farming on Medusa and pray that their superior carry gets through it? Like, is that the idea? Because I feel like the CK match against Medusa is pretty good. This gank, for example, another attempt with a Dragon Tail, but Koiva already has Lincolns, and again, even without it, I just don't think you burst him down that easily. Unless he's near creeps and Sorb can be your burst. That can work.
Yeah, that's really true. The damage is really awkward until Medusa's basically ready to 1v5, it feels like. But I will say Tundra have been buying a hell of a lot of space right now for skiter, who actually is going to be going into the Aghanim Scepter. So he's still going for the 30 attack speed talent, so he is right-clicking like he perhaps has a butterfly with some massive attack speed. That's going to help him cut waves a bit easier and also increase his farming speed. 9 is 500 gold away now from the Aghanim Scepter.
Dire are
Maybe the Aghanim Scepter's a turning point here for 9, and then he can start building some more stats. So Milan's like, why do I need Epicenter? I just need a Cataclysm.
There's a Cat.
Came a bit late, actually missed, but Snaking does still die. 9 is not going to be able to make it out. Oh, maybe with the Winter's Curse. 9 trying to heal back up thanks to the Golden Brace. That's not helping him too much. He's still stuck in place. Insania brings him back and bursts him down. Liquid will lose 2 in exchange for 2 though, and they do get a mid laner. Or there's 2 supports.
Fortified.
Yeah, that is a carry. That is a mid laner, of course. Insania,
it's hard for me
because
to
I see
realize
people
that.
confused. This is a hard carry CK for Insania. We are missing Mike, the stand-in. Sure, Boxy might be back, but we also have Milan to stand in, presumably for Mike, which still has thrown people into very, very different roles. But it's nice to see Koiva back in the mid lane, absolutely crushing it this game as well, in case you can't quite tell by the fact that he's the most farmed hero in the game and shows no pace of he's not going to slow down, basically. This man is farm, he's having a great game, and it's not going to stop anytime soon here until the Medusa is ready to 1v5. Again, that's really about the last window they have.
I don't think that ever happens, genuinely. Like, with an Invoker that now has points in the X, right? He was quasi-Exort originally, but now he's just whatever. He's everything. He's going to have the EMP to deal with her. We have the CK that, again, not a bad matchup once he tanks enough, because you deal a lot of burst damage against a hero that can't really tank it, and you can even put her out of position. I think Liquid is looking strong until this late game. I don't think it's like an easy win for Tundra if this goes late, despite you having a Medusa, who's now going Ags, by the way, which might help her out a bit into this... wait, 2-point boosters. Okay, so double point booster and then not finishing Scotty? No, she finished Scotty first. Yeah. And then now she's going for the Ags. Okay. And that's going to help you actually take some fights now. Oh, unless Fanta gets bursted down. Fanta is destroyed. Double Dragon Tail. 3-3, putting himself in the middle with the Ixwell. Get the quick kill on both the Snapfire and the Sanking. And you'll take that one for 2 trade any day.
I know what Buzz.
If you can go for another one, maybe Boxy?
I mean, it's...
Yes,
again,
maybe. Oh, the Dragon Tail travels with Boxy. But
there's no damage.
He's too far away.
No, there's no damage. You know, it's again. I think I'm starting to. I mean, I've seen the logic from your argument the entire time. Don't get me wrong. It's not like that. But I was just like, I think Medusa's just eventually going to be too strong. But now I think you could be right. Here's Ags finished up for 9, however, so perhaps there's a lot more strength to this Winter Wyvern pick than we're giving it credit for. We'll see, actually. He's going to scout Insania, decide what to do from here. Reaver is delivered to Insania. He's going to be going for this Heart of Tarask next. In fact, his courier maybe doing even a bit of scouting for him, sending into the secret shop. There's Winter's Curse used with some neutrals nearby, which does extend the duration, giving a bit more damage into the stun to follow up. Inkswell now with the Phantom's Embrace on top, and there's Skiter, of course, getting the solo kill with the Mystic Snake. That's going to be him showing off this brand new Eye of Scotty, however. Careful though, we're going for more. 33. Ambitious play onto Boxy. Kiss is raining down on a Snake King here, but they're going to turn instead. Try and target 33 with the Cataclysm as well. It's going to get the kill. Skiter in an awkward spot, slowed as well by the Kisses as they finish off Snake King quite quickly, leaving Skiter and Fata alone on the high ground. They'll just meander their way back down bottom and forget this ever happened. Man, these fights are awkward as heck, aren't they?
I feel like the combo of Perfect Kata is so strong, it almost feels like Milan is just not trusting the net. Use Epicenter, use all these things, just let him Kata. Like, DK will be bursted. Your Epicenter is unneeded there. The Cataclysm will do the trick here against any hero that's not the Medusa or the Undying with a couple of stacks. Maybe even the Undying alone, because he's quite tanky. But as long as you don't catch the Medusa with Burst Strike, I feel like the Sand King is just free to murder anything in his path. I like this combo. I think it's quite strong. I'm wondering what Quick was going to do. Oh, he's going for Refresher. More Katas. Okay, yep. Yeah.
Double
if that were, it's like, well, okay, 1 Kata doesn't deal with Dusa, maybe 2 Katas deals with Dusa?
Not a bad idea, honestly. Taiga as well ends up going for the Scatterblast Shard. I could honestly see, maybe Ags is not that amazing this game. Yeah, Force Staff's definitely a stronger first choice. Yeah, perhaps then I'd maybe even go for Guardian Greaves before I went back for that Ags this game. It's just a little awkward. It could be useful for the Sand King, though. Okay, well, Skiter, he's got Ags and the Shard now both completed as they look to continue farming up all the tier 4s. Sorry, all the tier 3 neutral items. But there's,
I actually don't mind the Ags for the CK, or against the CK, bro. You know, I think it's... Because if you create the illusions a bit after, right? Depends on how long he holds onto the Zulu. I could see that. I don't feel like the Grease is that great either. I feel like the Undying at some point, you're like, what do I even build? No item has synergy with me, so one of the issues with the hero, of course, he falls off. We already have Heart, by the way, on the Chaos Knight. Good luck trying to kill him now.
Well, again, they've got one of the better counters to him, being this Winter Wyvern Axe. Boxy might be in some trouble here. They're going to turn him to stone. Loaded Sword reflecting quite a few spells here, and he's going to be able to Timber Chain away. In the meantime, Kiss is holding the rest of Tundra at bay as Bata nearly nuked down through all of them. There's the stun now, finding Milan standing in, will be killed by the Brilliant Fire of 33. Skiter getting the killing blow there.
Go! All right. I mean, it's an important kill. If he had Epi'd and gone in with a Burst Strike, it was a 2-second cooldown, so that could have been a couple of kills there. The Inkswell combo with DK is working nicely for him. I like the BKB. I hope he goes for Ads after that.
Okay, of course he does reflect the Snake, but he doesn't have Ag, so it doesn't turn Skiter to stone. Luckily, he's just too tanky for the Medusa right now.
That was a very odd interaction.
Lotus in general? Yeah.
Yeah, Lotus in general, honestly. But when you reflected, I thought if the original projectile also had Ags, you also would reflect it.
No. When you reflect something with Lotus, yeah, it's you as the caster here. Koifa in trouble. He's got Lotus Walk available in 3 seconds, but the stun's going to find him up from 33 and killed off by 9. That's 700 gold now for the mid lane Winter Wyvern.
It's pretty good, actually. You have the Ags now on the Winter Wyvern, and that damage against a hero like CK, it actually went for Heart. Ironically, it actually hurts more now.
That's what I'm saying. I think there's kind of almost nothing I'd want other than this Winter Wyvern. I mean, who else does that much percentage-based damage?
There we go.
Yep.
I'm assuming, okay, BKB next, then maybe the Bloodthorn afterwards. Yeah, I like that idea. Shard is available, oh sorry, Shard is on this Roshan. Who do you give it to this game?
I think you're going to want to...
It's not that great because you don't have anything to cancel. You already have it on Grimstroke and Dusa.
I could see giving it to Fata or 9. I think the Undying one is not bad at all. Increase radius by 100, which is really, really nice because, of course, you don't always build Angel Lens. They will give it to 33 instead. It'll help him farm a bit, give him some more wave clear. I'm not against it.
Not bad. Yeah, I think the shard is decent. It's just only when it comes from Roshan. I don't think it's ever worth buying because you have better items to... I agree. I like the Undying shard if you have Blink Daggers to cancel. But right now you only really... I mean, I guess, yeah, CK went for a Blink Dagger, so that could have been an idea as well. Yeah. But DK already cancels the Blink Dagger. They could deal with a zombie.
We got a lot of damage on the CK. I mean, 4,500 HP. He's already clocking in. It's going to get even worse. Or better, I suppose, if you're Insania, because he's going to get more HP with that second Reaver being queued up.
They're just tuning in. This is
Dire's
a
middle
5
tower
CK that
has
just
fallen.
farmed a lot, guys. His
Oh.
Zen is just too good.
Milan, he was channeling the ulti for fun in the lane, and 33 walks up and stuns him. There's going to be now the Orchid reveal. Look at 9's damage, though. He's dead. He's going to pop there to the Orchid
Nice.
burn.
Yeah, look at that
Radiant's middle
fireball doing
tower
work.
is under attack.
Out of mana, but it worked. It killed the Sand King. An important kill because he's the one that sets up for the Cataclysm. You don't really have much other setup except for maybe Chaos Bolt. That's only in a single target. That's why I did like your idea of going Ags on the Sand King.
Dire's top tower is under
I think
attack.
Ags on Sand King here is high value because of the amount of targets you can stun and turn to Cataclysm. Especially now that you have the pressure.
Yeah, and you know, if they do end up dying and Cataclysm doesn't finish them off, you got two real tanky heroes who are going to do a ton of damage with that Caustic Finale. As here is Taiga trying to TP away. 33 is going to find him.
Dire's
They're
top
breathing
tower
some
is
fire
under
on him
attack.
now. Another stun to
Radiant's
follow
courier
through, but Taiga
has
is
been
he's going to be able to get the courier of snaking should he die. They've dispatched of the tier 2 tower in the meantime as 33 continues to chase after this kill, and he should have it eventually completely out of mana. Oh my goodness, Taiga is just a little bit too tanky. Pushes away with
No
the
way.
stun, juking him around in the trees. There's the
No
cookie
way.
to create a bit of
Dire's
space. He's got
courier
Soul
has
Ring
been
and a Blink in 2. Yeah, he's got this kill.
That was a Soul Ring of frustration. Bottom lane, Cataclysm onto Fata, but Golden Fist actually helping him out here. Sets up for the epicenter though. Fata will die. Winter's Curse not really doing much against Quick, but there's no allies nearby.
Yeah, but Skitter from
Nine
behind.
could be in trouble now. Here comes Skitter. They actually eats the cheese. They want to turn this around. Milan's a target. Going for the Timbersaw as well, but they can't cancel that TP. Using a fair amount of resources for just getting the Sand King there. I guess you saved 9. Okay. That cheese might have been unnecessary. Once Medusa was coming with a Stone Gaze, I don't think you had to eat that cheese unless you could get kills out of it.
Well, either way, Skitter, I would say, is getting pretty close to that 1v5 threshold, if one should exist in this game, because he's now got that full Daedalus completed, slotting that one in. He's going to eat his Ags probably next, or sell the Midas first, and then eat the Ags after finishing up the Hurricane Pike here, just for a little bit more attack range. He's going to be 6 slotted here pretty much. Usually Skitter, if he decides to finish off his Dusa build, usually the garnish is the
Dire's
Mjolnir with the
bottom
25
tower
talent.
is under attack.
We'll see if he decides to go into that one here at any stage.
It's a good idea this game against
Dire's
illusions, right?
structures
What
are
else are you going to do
fortified.
against them, right? So I would not be bothered, or I would love that build, especially because the Mjolnir also, using the static charge on yourself, especially because the CK can put you out of position. You must be able to punish that to some degree. Static charge is useful there. Let's see.
Okay, Insania,
Phantasm,
okay, blinks
33.
right into 33.
Yeah, and with the Cataclysm, 33 will die here. Perfect secure the kill. In fact,
Skitter all
Skitter
alone.
is now in trouble. What is he going to do to get away? He still has the Aegis. He can't lose both
Stone
here.
Gaze in a second.
Reverse kisses, used on Scare, that's just gonna tickle him, but it's slowing him down. CK in the middle of a raid, he's actually going for the supports first. Snaking, that's a nice tornado actually to keep him in play for the Ice Wall. He's not going anywhere, Skitter is in trouble. He's being
Spicy
surrounded, Manta style, and he's gonna 1v5 him it seems like, but Insania
Winner's Curse.
doesn't care, he has more illusions, he has illusions to spare here for Skitter, who's now out of mana. That will be his first life it seems like. Insania finds the zombies instead. Can someone hit Skitter? They're fighting. They actually are struggling to kill him. He got his mana back to the Mystic Snake. That's going to be the first lifeline taken away. Tombstone, though, in the high ground. They can't see it, so they can't stop it. The zombies are piling up, and Skitter's coming back with a second life. They might be able to turn this around. Stone Gaze has been used, and Sanya's in the wrong position, and they're bursting him down. EMP's used, and Sanya, too slow, can't run away
Disarm.
anywhere. Heaven's Halberd, but that's not going to help him enough, and Sanya will still fall. They're gonna lose their carry,
Right.
and the tornado is actually catching the mid laner as well. In the middle of this, 9 wants to fight quicker to the death, but it's gonna be his own death he's gonna experience. As in the middle of the Sandstorm, Fata walks in, Milan just chilling about. Poxy with the Lotus Orb can't hang around here. Milan, he's been dusted, so they see him. Skitter still chasing after him, slowing him down with Scotty. We have Mystic
yeah.
Snake in a second. Milan might just die. There we go.
There's the
Mystic
damage.
Snake will finish him off. I cannot believe Skitter lasted that long, but they left him for too long, honestly, in that team fight, and the Tombstone did work.
Well, the reason is, Avo, you'll also note that
Dire's
Quakefoot
middle
was
tower
missing
is
for a
under
large
attack.
portion of that fight after the Cataclysm came down, despite landing, probably a Tornado Ice Wall meatball combo that, even Toronto Tokyo, I think, would be impressed by. He actually ended up kind of getting kited around by 9. Unironically, there was a Winter's Curse over back here. 9 kind of led him on a wild goose chase, which know, eventually ended up over on that side as Senki gets the kill onto Taiga. 33 is chasing after Koikva very fast now. That allows skiter to get in the damage. They go through the stun as well. They've got him. And now Box is the only one left alive on Liquid. 33 though is going to have another Inkswell stun here in just a second. Oh, they just managed to catch him as well. That will set up for a Dragon Tail stun. Out from 33, skiter starting to really pump in the damage as the Fireball doing work. It's going to be snaking with a second kill. And Tundra are onto the high ground. Just like that. It's that easy. Skitter's trying to end the game.
All right, I think they can win this, honestly. I mean, we have buybacks though for Liquid. They're not going to win this now, but they are looking much stronger than they were looking before. Skiter seems kind of invincible with the Axe Shard. Nobody wants to murder him. In fact, Insania, okay, going back in. 3-3 is the target. They did drop the Tombstone in the middle of this, and we've seen how strong this Tombstone is. The zombies again piling up. There's the Cataclysm with the Power Strike. Almost working out. Fun, he survives thanks to the Essence Ring. Fun needs to heal himself, but he doesn't have time. Can use the Soul Rip because he was Cold Snap there. 3-3 running around with the spider legs. He wants to be so many animals at once. But he certainly doesn't want to die. Snaking. Okay, the Winter's Curse does get the Invoker with the Fireball. And they will put them down 9. Trying to use the Arctic Bird to fly over the Timbersaw. He's not dead yet. He's avoiding all the stuns. He actually plays himself. Inside doesn't have the damage. They're turning to Stone. Stone is as well. 9 will fall to the Chakram as skiter puts his team on his back. He now wants to fight against the enemy team yet again like they did before. 1 versus 5. Can he do so with the help of the DK? It seems possible. The Timbersaw's in trouble. He can't heal thanks to this guy. The Soulbind hits both. How is Insania going to catch up to skiter? He just can't. He will fall. Taiga is also in trouble. The Spiderlegs of 3-3 allow them to actually fly over to Taiga and murder him in cold blood. Only Sandking will survive his engagement. And that's because he popped back, by the way. He died earlier.
There's 2 diebacks in that fight, Avo.
Yeah.
Milan just got to get to cut away. I think it's over. I think it's over. We've got creep in the base. It's Insania and Milan versus Medusa. Okay, there's a third, buyback now. Pardon me.
But nobody can stop this Medusa. Medusa's gone. CK fell off too hard. There's 10k advantage for this carry.
Okay, they're chasing around Milan here. He's underneath the ward. They should end up dying. Insania onto the back line. Looking for the kill on the 33. Medusa finally did the damage, nearly bursting him down to the 4-second stun. To get off the disarm at the very least. Now turning because he doesn't want to be here anymore. Another stun will find him. Skiter just blasting him right into the face. Needs to get rid of the Phantom, but they're going to call it. Liquid have lost in this game. Tundra, they've made it work. The mid lane Winter Wyvern versus the position 5 going on carry.